If you recognize the following pieces of media, hit me up because you might have had the same childhood. Do you recognize this? This is a Bollywood movie called Disco Dancer from the 1980s about a man named Jimmy who is in love with music. He is a musician and he survives an assassination attempt via electric guitar. And were it not for his mother sacrificing herself, he would be dead. And because of his mother's sacrifice, he falls out of love for music until a beautiful woman makes him fall in love with music again. No? You didn't grow up with this? You know what's funny about Disco Dancer? It's that I saw a comment on YouTube from a clip on this movie that said, this movie is more popular in Russia than it is in India. If anyone's from India, is that true? I mean, it is a very popular movie in Russia and the post-Soviet world. This is a classic. I'm pretty sure we had this on VHS. Anyway, next one. I'm sure the Cyrillic on here is probably indicating to you that this is another wonderful film, foreign film, that got very, very popular in Russia. This is Zita I Gita, or Sita Aur Gita in the original Hindi. At the top there, it says classic of Indian cinema, or an Indian cinema classic, a Bollywood classic, if you will. Now, we'll talk about telenovelas later, but this has a classic telenovela plot of twin girls separated at birth, one of whom is taken to an abusive family in a Cinderella situation, and the other one who becomes a spicy street performer who is sassy and knows what she wants. The love interests are great, the twists are wonderful, the drama is peak. Show this film to your kids. The music slaps. Did you watch this movie growing up, or was that just me? Alright, are you ready for the next one? This is fun. We're learning so much about what sort of foreign cinema the Soviets had access to and also liked. Now, I don't know about your mom, but my mom introduced me to anime. One of the earlier iterations being this version of Puss in Boots from like 1969 or something. And this is actually one of the first animations that Miyazaki worked on. And also the intro to this slaps hard. This is a good movie, okay? And it's so fucking cute. The little 3 cat assassins. If you know, you know. And if you don't, find out. It's good. All right. let's keep going on this anime train. What's interesting about this chick, Candy Candy, my girl. First of all, this was my mom's childhood anime. It's from the 70s. This is an anime about a little orphan girl in America. And the only people who seem to know of its existence are the Russians and the Mexicans. I don't know why it just ended up that way. Maybe because the depiction of American life in here isn't the most accurate, especially since it's supposed to be taking place in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. Not, you know, I don't know. Maybe the Russians and the Mexicans were like, yeah, America. But anyway, so good. And somebody please help me find like the last 50 episodes to this, because I can't find them. Either in Russian dub or English sub, whatever. Just one of those languages, please. There was like some lawsuit or something. Anyway, this is a good-ass show. Super good. Freaking Heidi who? This. Candy Candy. Right here. This freaking raccoon. Mwah. Anyway, speaking of the Mexicans, this is the first telenovela I've seen in full and not just like a few episodes of. So as a kid, I watched a couple of episodes, you know, in the background as my mom was watching them, of El Clon, the Brazilian one. And a little bit of The Black Pearl, the Argentinian telenovela. But this, me and my mom watched all hundreds of episodes of. Simplemente Maria, my girl. Oh man, that intro, so nostalgic. Yeah, Russians love telenovelas, especially Mexican and Argentinian, um, and Colombian as well. A couple of Brazilian telenovelas in there for sure, like Proxima Víctima, yeah, the next victim one. My mom really likes as well. Also, the meme of the lady that's like doing the calculations. I think that might be from Proxima Víctima. It might be from another one, but she's looking for her daughter in jail, who I think went to jail because she was, being a street walker. Um, and yeah, and her mom's looking for her in jail, and so that's the meme of the lady doing the calculations, like it's from a Brazilian telenovela, just so you know. Anyway, Simplemente Maria. Amazing. Did you watch this when you were a kid? Or am I the only one? All right. Now that we're on the telenovela train, we can't get off. Let's keep going. Speaking of twins, La Usurpadora. Oh man, this one was so good. So this one is the second full telenovela that I watched. I love the intro of it. Again, plot point, twin girls get separated. One of them's poor, one of them's rich and a total bitch. And then the poor girl basically ends up replacing her because her sister finds her, the evil one, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna go like cheat on my husband in the Maldives or whatever. Can you like just be here and pretend to be me? Of course that doesn't last very long because the husband's like, what the heck? My wife is suddenly so nice and so caring. Anyway, spoiler alert for this like 40-year-old show. The evil one ends up dying horribly in a car crash, and then the husband marries her identical twin, and they live happily ever after as a family. Yeah, great show. Great show. Again, the Russians love this one. It's great. It's great. Also, I don't know if I should keep saying the Russians or like specifically my mom, but the fact that we found all of these in like great Russian dub, and I'm pretty sure a lot of those were fan dubs too. I think that says a lot. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up with one of my favorite telenovelas ever, Las Aguas Mansas. Okay, Jimena's that girl, and then I thought this guy, I think his name was Juan. I thought he was so hot. This is a Colombian telenovela. It's so good. I think there was a Mexican remake of this. The fun part with this one was my mom called me into the kitchen and she said, let me tell you a story. And then she proceeds to spoil the first 10 episodes of this telenovela. And then she's like, all right, now let's keep watching. So I didn't even get to see the first 10 episodes where like these guys' sister died or whatever. I just jumped in and I was like, oh my God. The drama, the gossip. It was so good. This one is really good. It's good. They kept the drama up for like 200 episodes. And I watched it all in Russian, and they did a really good job. They even did the dub where you could kind of hear the Spanish underneath, and it doesn't bother me for some reason with Russian dubs. I hate bad English dubs, but like there's just something so wonderful about a kind of bad Russian dub that I just love. Anyway, did you watch this? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Jimena. She's my girl. She fucking rules. And this guy's hot, but super dumb. And then, like, that one brother is just, he's just kind of a pretty face, but his story's tragic. Anyway, that's all. This is the stuff that the foreign media that I grew up in a post-Soviet household. This is like the media we would consider foreign, like, oh my gosh, we're watching international media. This is it. So, anyway, I have more. So let me know if you want to have that conversation. All right, thanks for watching. Yalla, bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.